So I'm going to be running through my training split. I'm actually doing a lower session today, so I'm actually going to be running through that and what that looks like and why I'm doing it as well. So if you're looking at going through, like, as people would call it, like a lean bulk, like a growing phase, you're looking at still building muscle, seeing as though it's still January, it's still early on. And if you're in that position where you're still looking at building muscle, then absolutely this one's for you if you want to learn how to do that, if you want to use my training plan if you want to. But this is a really good insight into why I'm training this way and the benefits from it as well. So this is my lean bulk kind of growth phase, and this is my leg day today. My training split is actually running in terms of an upper lower. So I'm running upper A, lower A, upper B, lower B. Today I'm doing lower B, and lower B basically entails machine abductor should I say, seated hamstring curl, Smith machine squat, leg press variation of my choice. So I've gone for the normal 45-degree leg press. I love that one, and I've also put in there as well a power squat because I like to do the power squat. I like to alternate in between the two just to hit the muscle group from different angles. Found with doing that and rotating and not just focusing on the same exercises, I've actually gained more strength, because if you're using a different exercise as an alternative, then you're going to be able to hit that muscle group from a different angle and get a different response. My food is actually around 2,800, 2,900 calories per day. I'm not having at the moment rest day calories and training day calories. I'm keeping it this around about the same, just because I'm finding that the exercises and my progressive overload is still getting stronger, so I'm in a good position to do so. My recovery is really good from it, so I'm keeping it around about there up until I feel like my appetite starts to increase a little bit, and then I'll push my food back up. So that's basically the position I'm in at the moment. I'm going to be breaking down a couple of my exercises now just to go through what you should be looking for when it comes to specific exercises, especially from a lower perspective, from my point of view. So I'm going to be talking through the leg press, the power squat. I do weighted walking lunges as well. I haven't mentioned that one. Calf raise as well. Hopefully you get a little bit of an insight into what my leg day looks like. Let's go.
Okay, so starting off with the leg press, 45-degree leg press. So what you want to be working on here and focusing on when you're on this is the tempo of 3 seconds down, 1 second up. So think about it like a coiled spring, as the OG Dorian Yates used to say with bench presses. So I utilize that kind of analogy with everything. So I go for a 3 seconds down, 1 second up. As you can see, drive as hard as you can. So that's where you're going to get a lot of muscle damage from coming down with 3 seconds. Time under tension, should I say. So moving on to a back offset. So this is where I reduce the weight. As you can see, it's now one plate aside, and really focusing again on the time under tension and just driving up and just literally sending my muscles to absolute fatigue. So that's the whole point of this lower set, is just fatiguing the muscle, making sure that you are going to relatively to failure, to be honest with this. That's where I was kind of going with that, not locking out at the top, making sure that you're getting that bend in the knee just before you go back into the next rep, because you want to make sure that you're keeping all of that tension on your quads. As soon as you lock out, you're literally sending that tension out of your quads straight into the joints of your muscles. So moving into the power squat as well. So it's pretty much another compound movement. I utilize either the Smith machine squat, or then I jump into the power squat as well. But I love the power squat. It works perfectly with me. I feel it a lot better. So I go into this, which basically, as you can see, it's the same principle, same concept. 3 seconds on the way down and 1 second up. So it's literally trying to control that weight on the way down and just go as hard as you can on the way up. You're going to get, especially if your foot placement's in the right place, for you. Obviously, it's different for everyone. Don't think that your foot placement has to be the same as mine or same as whoever you're watching for inspiration for training legs. It has to work relative to you and your mechanics. So it's kind of like with me, it's just outside of shoulder width. And I find that really well. Like, it just works perfectly with me. I don't get any pains or niggles in my lower back. It's just all of that tension. I can feel it on my quads. And as you can see, I'm really going to pretty much failure here. I'm slowing those reps down on the way at the bottom, driving up as hard as I can on the way up. And that's what you want to be looking for from a squat, whatever that might be: Smith squat, power squat, pendulum squat, hack squat, anything. So yeah, time under tension is massive when it comes to any muscle groups, but especially when you want to focus on fatiguing your legs for sure. Okay, so moving over into the leg extensions, and with this one as well, this is a single leg extension, plate loaded. It's really good. It's an actual comfortable leg extension for once. It's kind of difficult to find a leg extension that's actually comfy to sit in. Obviously, the set's not comfortable. It's disgusting, to be honest with you, because time under tension, yet again, it's 1 second up and trying to control that negative, that lowering part of the movement there as much as humanly possible. Like, my legs are fatigued here, so it is difficult to try and be as controlled as much as possible. And especially like when you hit the top of that range of motion, so let me just show you from there, it's trying to control the weight as much as possible from the top point all the way down to the bottom. But as you can see, I'm absolutely gassed here from doing the compound movements, but it's just all about shuttling as much blood in as possible. And then I move into the weighted walking lunges as one of my final exercises. I absolutely love the weighted walking lunges. It literally knackers you for the next day. You will feel it the following day, not just from a quad perspective, but an overall general leg damage from all muscle groups. So your hamstrings, your quads, your glutes, from weighted walking lunges. Try and not do just body weight walking lunges unless you're doing like a superset. So for example, a hack squat supersetted into walking lunges. Yes, you don't need weight, but for me, because I'm doing this on its own, then yeah, I use the weights as well for the walking lunges. And then I finish pretty much on the calf raises. So quick one on calf raises. I mean, I should have wore shorts for this, to be honest. I didn't realize I was going to be making a full video out of it, but here we go. So with calf raises, you want to really focus on going all the way down to the bottom and really holding that stretch in both phases of the calf raises. So at the top there, yes, hold for 2 seconds, but at the bottom as well, when you go into that stretching part of the exercise, hold that stretch as well for 2 seconds. You don't want to just rush it going up and down as quickly as you can. Really stretch at the bottom and really hold that at the top of the range of motion as well. You're going to really feel that. And to be honest, mate, I absolutely felt that the next day. So yeah, let's get it. Let's go.